What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Geek Survivor podcast. I am the host, the one, the only, the EST, the craziest, the criminalist, the dumbest, shadiest, the Mexicanist. Your host, King Mexico, also known as Jesse Goku. Also joining me is the man with the plan, the Ayatollah of rock and roller, Mr. Jace, who runs his own channel where he plays with his deer or something like
Yeah, sure. We'll go with that.
And the one, the only, the Texas gaming hedgehog himself, the man that runs the skinny. He is Keyblade Sonic.
Hello, everybody. It's Monday. You know what that means?
Time to go back to work.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I had to go back to work this morning, and they had us working over. They told us overtime, mandatory overtime. So I woke up at 7. Assholes didn't tell us that it was mandatory overtime for the end of our shift, where we'd stay an hour longer. I could have slept longer. Fucking assholes.
Nah.
All right, Sonic, what do we got for the skinny today? Kick us off.
All right. Well, the skinny, last week, for the Sony people out there, Sony did their state of play, which was about 15 minutes. It was actually really short. The main focuses they made was for a couple of games to showcase for the PlayStation VR 2. So obviously, if you don't know what that is, that's the new model for the PlayStation VR, which you need a PS5 console to use. And the big highlight they had was they showed off a lot of gameplay and a lot of info for the upcoming Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League game, which is coming out in May. And unfortunately, it's already dealing with some controversy, as unfortunately it has been revealed that the game you actually require to be connected to the internet at all times, regardless if you're playing multiplayer or single player. So basically, they're taking the Avengers game from a few years ago, that route, instead of taking the Guardians of the Galaxy game that came out a year later. So basically, they're doing the whole all online.
That fucking sucks.
Yeah, and honestly, the game is already dead on arrival. I'm already saying, I'll tell you that right now.
Which is going to suck, because this is Kevin Conroy's last project, at least that we know of so far, as Batman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And already a shitty start already for that game. And I don't know what Rocksteady is doing. I don't know what their plan is, but so far it's not looking good. Speaking of directs, Nintendo made the announcement last week that the Super Mario Brothers movie will get one last direct before the movie comes out, which will reveal the final trailer. It'll be coming out on March 9th. So that'll be the last trailer, which is their direct. And kind of nervous about it, because considering a month later it will be the movie, and I have a gut feeling they're going to show too much.
It comes out on the 9th?
No, the final trailer.
Okay.
On March 9th. Yeah, but the movie comes out April the 7th. So
I was like, damn, that's like 10 days away.
Yeah, ironic. Actually, it's kind of weird, because some countries will be getting the movie earlier than the U.S. So, for example,
Mexico.
Mexico's getting it like a week.
It's me, Mario.
They're getting that a week earlier. Yeah, and also speaking of directs, also today is actually Pokemon Day for you Pokemon fans out there. They did a little presentation about the future of what content they're going to do for Pokemon. The big highlight being that Pokemon Scarlet and Violet will be getting DLC. It will actually be in 2 parts. Part 1 will be a DLC called the Teal Mask, which will be released in the fall of 2023. And part 2 will be called the Indigo Disc, will come out into winter of 2023. So basically around November, December. And speaking of, and one last thing on the skinny, and this is actually going to be trying to experiment here, so I hope you guys enjoyed this little segment. We're going to talk about this weekend's box office numbers. All right, so based on the top 5 was actually pretty good this week. So here's the top 5 this past weekend domestically. So keep in mind the amount I'm going to say, it's domestically. All right, so number 5 was Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, which got $4.1 million domestically. Number 4, Avatar: The Way of Water, won in $4.9 million.
Who the fuck is still watching fucking Avatar? That's what I want to know.
I don't know.
4 hours to go to sleep.
Yeah. All right. Number 3, Jesus Revolution, debuted at $15.8 million.
What?
Yes, there's a new movie about Jesus.
Wait, why is it called Jesus Revolution?
I got no idea. I saw actually, you know, it's funny. I didn't know this movie was a thing until I saw like display kiosks at Walmart. They were like, it's like, oh, get $8 to see Jesus Revolution. I'm like, is it like
That sounds like either a pay-per-view or like a Resident Evil movie.
That sounds like a wrestling show, honestly.
yeah, it sounds like a
Watch Jesus and Judas go one-on-one in a street fight.
Grudge match, no holds barred.
Hey, South Park predicted that. Remember Jesus versus Satan?
Yeah, Jesus. Was it Family Guy that did the parody? It was like Passion of the Christ 2.
Yeah.
Crucify this.
You ever had one of these? You ever had one of these?
Yeah, yeah. That's Jesus Revolution for you guys.
And speaking of number 2, which is actually a really good number. Actually, I'm really shocked about this number. Cocaine Bear got $23.3 million. It was number 2. And the number 1 is Antman and the Wasp Quantumania with $32 million, which is actually kind of shocking considering last week they made nearly over 100 million in the opening weekend. And the crazy part is, apparently this is actually the biggest drop for a superhero movie since Batman v Superman in 2016.
That's right. You don't fuck with a cocaine bear. He makes your numbers drop. And which, it's saying a lot about Cocaine Bear because I think Cocaine Bear had like a budget of 20 million.
Yeah, and actually pretty much evens out in a way. And this is just for the domestic numbers. Just keep that in mind. So basically it could probably make it even. And we got a comment here on Cocaine Bear. Cocaine Bear's success was a surprise, just like Megan's success was also a surprise. So they're all released by the same studio. This would be a good sign for the Super Mario Bros. Movie. So yeah, they're all distributed by Universal Studios. So Universal so far is getting on a roll. It's really exciting.
I mean, they're the same company, but they're not really the same studio, are they? Like one's Illumination, one makes walking Twinkies.
Yeah, it's pretty much like whenever people say, like for example, like with the WWE games, like, oh my god, 2K sucks, they should go back to THQ. I'm like, 2K is the publisher. THQ is the publisher. They're not the developers.
Right.
Like
yeah.
So like that.
It's Ukes, right? Ukes makes the game or used
to?
You
used to make the game. Now they're making the AEW game, but now it's Visual Concept.
Yeah. Take forever. Can't wait for that to come out.
So anyway, yeah, Universal's on a pretty good stuff right now. They got a lot of momentum. I think their next big one is the Super Mario Bros. Movie and also the Fast 10, I think. Fast X or Fast 10?
Fast 10, your seatbelts.
Fast 10, your seat.
It's we're only one Fast and the Furious movie away from them either being Power Rangers or riding Gundams.
Yeah, I mean the rocket thing. The last game, the last movie, pretty much.
So they're supposed to bring everyone back except for obviously they can't bring back Paul Walker because he's passed on, and The Rock is definitely not going to come back because he and Vin Diesel got into a spat.
Yeah,
Jace kind of looks like Vin Diesel a little.
Yeah, if I were richer and shorter.
Wait, no, you mean if you were poor?
No. His money's all tied up in stocks. I'm sure he's poor.
Oh, that's why he wears tank tops everywhere. That's all he can afford.
He can't afford sleeves.
I mean, dude, honestly, so I think this is a really good year for movies. Despite what everyone says, I'm looking forward to The Flash. Don't give a shit about whatever his face is.
Oh, Ezra Miller.
Elba. Nope,
that's Ezra Miller.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about Miller Lite over there. Fucking light beer. I'm more excited to see Ben Affleck come back as Batman and to kind of interact with Michael Keaton's Batman, which could lead into a Batman Beyond movie in the future, depending on how successful
it's got
this
potential.
movie is because of Michael Keaton.
Yeah, and also all this talk about the Flash and all, you kind of forget that Shazam is coming out in a few weeks too.
Right, but it's all going to get rebooted anyway, so does it really matter?
Yeah. But still, I mean, Shazam, the first one was really good. I actually like that one.
So I'm assuming that neither one of y'all saw Cocaine Bear.
I was going to, but I got busy with work and stuff.
Jason's been busy. He got a new toy.
Oh, I got a VR headset. That was today.
Oh. What? You're already dizzy? You've only spent like a few hours with it?
Yeah, because I wasn't like doing anything with it except for playing VR.
Okay, so what games did you get?
I only played the Sword and Sorcery one.
I want to play Resident Evil 4 before Resident Evil 4 comes out on the PS5.
Hmm.
But with that being said, so we were talking about Cocaine Bear. I was amazed that Cocaine. So Friday they were already talking about Cocaine Bear. They were talking about Cocaine Bear made $8.6 million, while Antman made $8.3 million on Friday night. You got to understand that that's not something to like scoff at. That's pretty impressive considering the fact that they beat a Marvel movie, which you know, which raises a question: do you think people are fucking sick of Marvel movies?
Yes.
Yeah, for me, and this is coming from personal experience as someone who watches like Marvel movies and all that. Like, I would have liked that they take like a year or two off. It's just
Like focus on
there's
the shows or something?
no, it's just the shows don't help either because you have to watch that too and all that. It's like you get like fatigued. You know what I mean?
Right. I think Marvel should have just stuck with movies instead of doing the shows,
Right.
because I think
Some
the shows is what's really hurting it.
well, they make it seem like you have to watch the shows in order to get into
You
the
kind
movies.
of do.
I don't know.
It's
WandaVision. Okay, so originally it was supposed to be in this order. It was supposed to be WandaVision, Doctor Strange, and then Spider Man.
Yeah, they released that shit way out of order.
Right, and that would have made sense the way that they originally had it. But then it was like, oh, Spider Man, and then we had multiverse. We had Spider Man from other universes come forth, and then during the Doctor Strange movie, they're like, oh yeah, we can't freely travel the multiverse. That's not possible. We can't do that. I'm like, what?
Yeah, they're kind of like in a way, kind of like retcon the whole thing in a way.
Yeah, I'm like, didn't you just pull Peter Parker from Sonyverse out of your ass?
Another thing too is like the issue, and also like in regards to watching the shows, even the post credits in I'm not gonna without giving spoilers for Quantum Mania, you essentially had to watch one of the shows to know what's going on.
Yeah, I didn't. I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
I don't. I liked all the Marvel movies before, but it seems like with this new phase, you don't know what they're trying to do, and they're just no one's interested
It's
because you
I
don't
because
don't.
they're
have your main
trying to.
heroes.
You have to watch the shows, and like with the movies, they took their time. Like they took. How long did they take? They took like what 7, 8 fucking years, 10 years. Started in '08,
Yeah, then
ended in
Endgame.
2018.
Yeah,
So it's like
Endgame
10
came out in
years of
19. Yeah,
development.
yeah.
Right. They took 10 years to develop this big fucking fight with Thanos. Like we knew this fight was coming. We just didn't know who was going to be there.
Hmm.
We didn't know who was going to show up. We didn't know Spider Man was eventually going to show his poor broke ass.
It's
But
got
now it's like they're doing another. Kang is like this. The Kang the
The
sorry, the
Conqueror.
Conqueror. He's this big Thanos level fucking bad guy, and he's going to be the villain of the next Avengers movie, which is like what in 2 years.
Yeah, the Kang Dynasty is what it's called.
Yeah, like how did we even get to that point? Like,
it just seems weird because there's no real follow-in. Like with the Thanos one, you had the Infinity Stones that were sprinkled up throughout the entire series, but with Kang, there's some Loki stuff in there, and that's you have WandaVision is briefly related to it, and then it's Ant-Man, and that's
WandaVision, she crazy bitch.
that's kind of it.
I mean, I didn't even like Doctor Strange that much. I'm gonna be honest. I was severely like they hyped up Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness so much. They were like, "Oh, we're gonna see an Avengers level team up in the movie, and it's gonna be so fucking great."
Wait, who hyped it up like that?
The fucking producers, the directors,
Hmm.
the actors, the fans,
Yeah,
mostly the
like
fans.
there was a lot of people who were like, "Oh, I expected more." Okay, what did you expect? And they tell me this like big fucking fan fiction like thing, and I was like, "Yeah, there's a reason why you were disappointed."
It sucked, dude. Like the best we got were 5 Marvel heroes. They got slapped around like 4-year-olds at Kmart by Wanda. She
Yeah, it's
smacked. She turned
Doctor
Spaghetti.
Reed Richards into like Swiss
Play-Doh.
cheese.
He turned him into
Yeah,
Play-Doh.
she like mom spaghetti up in that mother. She she cut Captain Carter in half.
Yeah.
For the strongest Avenger, Captain Marvel, she threw like a statue on her and she died. It was some bullshit. And then like, oh man, the only one I actually legitimately felt bad for was
Black Bolt.
no, I fuck Black Bolt. I what kind of a if I was Black Bolt and she sealed my mouth, I would not have tried to use my powers.
He didn't think that through.
No, he's an idiot. Like literally his skin protects him from exactly that. And it was sealed. No, I felt bad for Charles Xavier because he legitimately tried to help Wanda.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did. And just to boot.
Like it was sad. I legitimately felt bad for Professor Xavier dying, like because he's the only one that went in there and was like level headed. Everyone else is like, get him.
Especially Reed Richards of all people too.
And like the theory is that the missing chair, because there was an empty chair, is Tony
Yeah.
Stark's chair.
That's what I'm thinking too, because it's supposed to represent like the Illuminati.
Right. It's a mutant. It's a Inhuman. Fuck, I forgot what they're all. It's someone from like the wizard shit. Not Harry Potter stuff, but the Doctor Strange stuff.
Mhm.
Uh, Reed Richards. You know what? Pachinko's got a point. Reed Richards did snitch on Black Bolt. He did. He kind of gave away his. He's like, oh, if he says one word, he'll turn your ass into yesterday.
Yeah, kind of pretty much like took advantage, and then Wanda pretty much took advantage of that.
Deacon Rap says,
Doctor Strange felt like filler. One of the comments: Marvel isn't even trying anymore. It seems they want to resort to multiverse theory and just reboot whatever or something.
eventually they are gonna. They've already said that eventually they will have to reboot the MCU.
Yeah.
Because everyone's gonna get older. They're not gonna be able to tell all the stories they want to do with like. I have no issue with Shuri as the new Black Panther or as Falcon as the new Captain America.
Yeah, I don't got an issue with that. Although I will say it's kind of, I don't know, it's gonna probably upset people and all that, but I thought Wakanda Forever, looking back, was such a forgettable movie. Like I barely remembered anything from Wakanda Forever.
And it's not, you know what? It's not their fault.
It's not. Yeah.
They already started production when unfortunately Chadwick Boseman passed away. And
Yeah.
but so here's the thing, and spoiler alert for everybody watching: if you haven't seen Wakanda Forever, I recommend you do. In the movie, they never specifically say what killed T'Challa, but I think
Yeah.
I know what it was, and this is a theory because I've been watching a lot of YouTubers and podcasters, and it was the fact that so in the movie when Shuri sees
Killmonger.
Killmonger, yes, she starts getting upset and she starts like screaming and crying. She says, "You killed my brother."
Mhm.
So maybe the theory is that they have to constantly take the flower that gives them the Black Panther powers because it wears off or it takes a toll on their health.
Yeah, like
Because he
it's like a
destroyed the
compromise thing.
flowers. Yeah,
Yeah.
he destroyed the flowers and there was only one left. And she does say to him, "You killed my brother." Why would she say that to him if he died of an underlying disease like in real life? Chadwick Boseman did die of cancer. Like so,
Mhm.
but in the movie they kind of made it to where because the flower was gone, he couldn't constantly take it
Mhm.
to heal. That's what killed him. Because maybe it's kind of like Wolverine with the adamantium,
Yeah, it
how
was
it's
like
poisoning his body.
like in Logan, right?
Yeah, but I don't know. What do you think, Jace? What you got? You're the theorist.
I don't know, maybe
I could
parachute.
have.
Maybe the parachute didn't open, so that's what killed.
I can see Jace trying to like explain to me why the Earth is like flying through space like a frisbee. It's flat.
Just careening her across. All the other round planets, lies.
All the other round planets.
It's space wallpaper. It's not really there.
They only look circular because they're facing us flat-wise.
Holy shit! I didn't think of that. So when the meteor hit the Earth, it spun it and all the dinosaurs
Get
flew
rid of the
off.
dinosaurs. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why the Earth. That's why NASA sent a
Why do you
missile
think
to
they
an
call it?
asteroid.
No,
Why do you
we
think they
did.
call it tectonic plates? It's a plate.
Deacon,
It's flat.
we did read your. We did read your.
We already
read it.
did.
By the way,
But-
shout out to. I want to give a shout out to Brian. Thanks, man. He already knows why I'm giving him a shout out.
Yeah. Anyway, that's why NASA sent a missile to an asteroid, pretty much to like change the trajectory.
Like the entire time since the beginning, since we've discovered, like in like what, the 1413 1200s, like whatever, since we've known that the planet is round, it was all a government conspiracy. The United States is like manufactured night and day. It's not real. The sun is always hitting us.
Other countries don't exist.
Yeah, no, Australia doesn't exist. Which, honestly, if you're an Australian flat earther, wouldn't that piss you off that you don't exist according to the rest of the group?
I mean, think of all the stories of Australia. They're all made up specifically so you don't go looking for it.
I mean, I believe some of this dude from Australia told us that this chick stepped on a rock and it fucking killed her instantly. And it turns out it wasn't a rock; it was a poisonous animal that pierced her foot. I'm not fucking with that. Like,
The land kills you.
I avoid Galveston because I know there's jellyfish on the floor. Whenever, if you've ever been to the beach with me, I will stare dead ass at the ground as I walk.
Yeah, I might would too, because
Like a rake.
I'm not fucking with those jellyfish.
Glass
Aren't
syringes.
those bitches poisonous?
yeah, basically they have venom on her, jellyfish venom.
Oh, fuck that.
Well, they're not poisonous.
They're
venomous.
poisonous and they got venom. They got They got fucking the symbiote.
I mean, it's more like it doesn't. It basically it's not really a venom poison per se. It's more like it just stings. It just hurts your body. It just kind of swells your body in a bit.
Venom and poison are different things.
I know. I was making a joke.
They're venomous if it bites you. Poisonous if you bite it.
Fanny says the goo from Antman 3 is turd and shrooms. Old Native American ceremony have video. What? My head
Weird.
hurts a little.
A lot of capital letters in there that I don't think belong.
Shrooms? I mean, who's offering? Hit us up after the stream.
I avoid Houston because Captain Mexico's there.
That's right. Stay out my turf. I don't know, dude. Like, we talk like, what the fuck, dude? Okay, so I tried to join a flat earther group, and they quiz you to fucking join that group.
Make sure you're not faking.
Yeah. Also, they want to make sure you're not like a bot or nothing. That's what they always do.
Damn it! When did they get so smart?
It certainly wasn't with their ideas of the Earth being flat.
Dude,
I mean, yeah, it's flat. Yeah.
Flat Earth. I've heard of flat earthers banning flat earthers from their group because they thought they were like robots or like pigeons or government agents.
Government drones and all that.
It's not flat. It's more like a dome, like a bowl.
No, yeah. According to some flat earthers, the pigeons are not real. They're drones to spy on us. That's why they hang out on power lines so they can recharge. I am not making that up.
No, there are people who validly think that birds aren't real. That's why they come up with
Then
those
explain
theories.
KFC.
It's just bird meat. It could be any kind of meat if birds aren't real.
I mean,
that's why some people would be stupid and crack those like, oh, it's cat meat, those jokes and all that stuff at Chinese restaurants.
Could be.
I was watching Turbo Man and they made one of those cat meat Chinese restaurant racist ass jokes.
Can't do those anymore.
You can't. It was Jingle All the Way, and the guy said like this very offensive joke about being a cat in a Chinese. He's like, I'm sweating harder than a cat in a Chinese restaurant. And I was like, Jesus, you can't say shit like that anymore.
No, that would not fly. I mean,
no, obviously, no, of course not. Like, no.
I mean, speaking of too, like recently, Ben Stiller had to come out and like he was not gonna basically because Tropic Thunder. Who here has seen Tropic Thunder?
It's a great
I
movie.
have. It is such a great movie. And by the way, I
Yeah,
think
like, and
Guardians
then
is
people
better.
were like trying to cancel the movie and shit. I'm like, he's not apologizing for it, and I'm like, the people who are trying to cancel the movie clearly didn't get the point of the movie. Like, dude, that's the point. Specifically at Robert Downey Jr.'s character.
He's been getting crap for that for like the last 4 years now.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they try to cancel him for it. The problem with that is
That's
he
the
didn't want
point
to
of
do the role, and he went and asked all of his black friends, like, should I do this role? I don't really feel comfortable doing this. Like, and they're like, yeah, you got to do it. There's no way you can't do it. Jamie Foxx told him, like, if you don't do this role, we're not friends anymore.
Yeah, he like told him some shit. Like, yeah, everybody was telling him he needs to do it. Someone like threatened to shit in his mailbox. Like, legit. People were telling him, like, do it, dude. Like, it's not blackface. It's not racist. It's not the same thing. Like legitimately, the character got this illegal procedure so he could get the role. It was part of the movie script. Like, he was a white guy playing
It is
a
a
black
joke
guy.
Basically,
about
method
blackface
acting,
built
yeah.
into the movie. It's
Right.
method
it is
acting.
an intentional joke about that.
It's like people.
Drink the the goo.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
so
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, the
Spoiler
scene where how they understand the base of the people in the quantum realm.
Yeah, that alien, that little creature jizzed in everybody's mouth.
Yeah, that's pretty much what he did.
I'm not kidding. Spoiler alert, but he does that. It was Antman was an okay movie. Like, I know we're jumping between topics, but
I like Paul Rudd, so
the movie was great. The movie was great. It's not like you can't take like Ant-Man movies seriously because Ant-Man is not Captain America. He's not Thor. He's definitely not Iron Man. Like, but Ant-Man is great. He's like Spider-Man, with the constant jokes and
Yeah.
one
But
line.
like my thing too, like my overall thoughts on the movie was I didn't think Ant-Man Quantumania didn't deserve like the rating that it got. You know what I mean? Like I actually thought it was actually not as bad as people said it was.
Dude,
I think it got its bad rating.
it
It got its bad rating because people went into it expecting an epic level Avengers type of scale movie, which is not what the Ant-Man movies are. This is like an Avengers light.
I think
it's like
people
Civil
are
War with
expecting
less
that.
things.
I think people are expecting that of all the movies, though. We kind of got spoiled because we got Avengers Endgame, we got Infinity War, then Endgame, and then it's like nothing's gonna top this. Then we got Spider-Man No Way Home, which is not on the same level as Avengers, but we got Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire to reprise their roles as the two Spider-Mans.
Yeah.
From different universes. And then we got into this whole multiverse possibility that, there are other Spider-Mans out there. And then, and then they started building like, oh, is this Spider-Man No Way Home somehow supposed to be connected to the Miles Morales Spider-Man movies.
Spider-Verse, yeah.
Spider-Verse. So we got kind of spoiled with that, and then Doctor Strange hyped itself up so much that we were expecting like an Endgame level fight, and all we got was like Mom of the Year versus Walking Dead. And it didn't work out. And then I think everyone's just spoiled because people talk shit about Thor. Like, they were talking shit, and I liked Thor. I really liked it. My favorite part of the movie was the screaming goats. Every time those goats showed up, I laughed my ass off.
Oh, Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
Like my thoughts on Love It. Like I was talking to somebody about this recently. It was about how they were trying too hard to be like, in terms of its writing for Love and Thunder, how it was trying so hard to be like Ragnarok, but I kind of feel like they should have like eased on the comedy a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I thought the comedy was just fine. I love the screaming goats. I don't know anything about what's his name? Gore?
Yeah, Gore the God
Butcher.
Butcher.
I thought he was too Kratos-y for my taste.
Well, that's just the look they gave him in the
No,
comics.
but I mean, like the whole God Slayer thing.
It's a character of the comics.
I mean, if you want to compare his looks to Kratos, he looks like an anorexic Kratos.
Yeah.
But like the sword, so they kind of left a lot of shit out. Like the sword is somehow connected to the symbiote. It's created by the same fucking the hive of the symbiote. It's connected to Venom. They don't make that connection, and we're supposed to believe that the way the symbiote lands itself in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is when Eddie Brock crossed over.
Mhm.
Like in Spider-Man No Way Home, they acknowledged 6 or 7 insurgents, and then Eddie Brock was that sixth character, like the one that he never saw. But so we have 2 Avengers movies coming up. We have Avengers: The Kang Dynasty.
Mhm.
They're just gonna fight the same character throughout from different multiverses, and then we're gonna have Secret Wars. So for those of you that don't know anything about the comic books, in Secret Wars it was the main universe, which is 616 versus the Ultimate Universe, and they kind of had an incursion, and then they got together, had a fight, had a baby, and created a whole new universe. Literally, I'm not even fucking kidding. Like I wish I was like exaggerating or bullshitting, but it was kind of like one of the. It was great on paper, but the execution was like.
Yeah, it's like that analogy where like you're a football player, you're about to run towards the goal line, but you trip on the 1 yard line.
Yeah, no, the behind the scenes Disney drama in Marvel is better than some of the Marvel movies. But with Marvel movies, people being sick and fucking tired of Marvel movies.
That's
Do you
probably
think
the
it's time?
case.
Do you think it's time that they kind of just rebooted everything, especially if they're going to do like
Mm,
a Secret Wars?
I think
mm,
they should do a Secret Wars style thing to kind of do the reboot and then just pick a universe and just like do Marvel Ultimates and then just run a story with that for a while and then play with those characters because they're the same characters, but they still act differently.
Hmm. I mean, I kind of like that. I'm not looking forward to some of the event. Like we're supposed to get a young Avengers. Did y'all know that?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm I'm fine with those superheroes. I have to be attached to them. I got to have a reason to like them.
But it doesn't like in the long. It kind of doesn't make sense. Like they're kind of like they're gonna be like the Teen Titans and go fight off this world destroying bad guy. Where are the adults? Why don't the adults give a shit?
Yeah,
That's why I don't really like movies because we every time we see a movie, a lot of these fucking assholes are New York and they like don't help each other. Only when Thanos comes around do they all like show up and team up. But whenever it's just like, oh look, it's a fucking monster from hell. Oh, Doctor Strange has got us my day off.
every major superhero is in New York.
Exactly. At least Ant-Man's in like California. No one can. That explains why his ass is fighting by himself.
Ain't no one over there.
Ain't nobody. He can't call nobody up. He's talking. I'm gonna
There's a
team up with the Avengers. Let me get in my
there's an
car.
episode of one of the Spider-Man animated series where he moved out of New York and moved to Boston, and
Mhm.
there was no crime there for him to fight. He's just kind of hanging out in Boston for a while for an entire episode.
What the hell?
Like because J. Jonah Jameson had put like a bounty out for him for like reveal his thing and give me $10,000, and so all the citizens turned on him, and so it's like fine, I'll just fucking leave, and he moved to Boston, and he's like
The
this place is
citizens would.
great.
The citizens would turn on him for like $5 on the subway coupon.
Yeah, but he moved to Boston, there was no crime, so the mayor's like, oh no, just enjoy yourself, and then his like aide created a villain for Spider-Man to fight every once in a while just so he'd have something to do and it would be exciting, but
Oh shit!
it's just boring. Nothing
It
was
kind of
going on.
sounds like that one graphic novel they did where Alfred Pennyworth was like he was all the villains for Batman to fight.
Oh, Alfred.
Yeah, like he was the Joker. He was Riddler. He was every single villain that Batman fought, and he did it to keep Bruce happy.
Hmm.
I was like, damn.
It's a crazy ass name, huh?
I don't
But
see
Marvel
any.
did it, and it's kind of lazy.
You don't see any superheroes in like Kansas or Nebraska.
No, but in all honesty, at least you know, at least they're not in New York and DC. They have made up cities, but they're in different cities.
Metropolis, Gotham City.
Yeah, which are Chicago and New York, but they're just different named.
Central City,
What is Central City?
Atlanta.
I think it's like Nashville, Tennessee.
The Flash. You think the Flash is from Nashville, Tennessee?
I think the Flash is from Nashville, Tennessee. So it's
Jeez. Maybe you actually. I think you might have a. I don't know. Nah, I don't think so.
what if it's like South Jersey?
Can we like DC? Can we get some states where they're from? I mean, at least with Power Rangers, we know Angel Grove is in California. With Ninja Turtles, once again, there they are in fucking New York.
In New York, yeah.
Bloodhaven, where the fuck is that from? That's Nightwing City.
Is that
That's
like?
right across the
I
street.
bet
from
it's
Gotham.
probably in New. It's definitely Jersey then.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Oh
New
yeah,
Jersey.
you're right. You're right. Yeah. Huh. So where the hell?
It's all those cities are just to the northeast.
How come we don't have any superheroes in Texas? What the hell?
Because everyone in Texas has a gun. There's no
Oh,
crime here that requires a superhero.
We just shoot crime.
Shoot him. Is he bulletproof? Only kind of. Oh, we got plenty of bullets. He's bullet resistant. Well, we'll see how resistant. And
I mean, so Marvel. They're all from New. Who's not from New York? I'm trying to think.
Black Panther.
Oh, that's not fair though. He's from a whole different
he's
country,
another country.
I mean,
which is like still right across
even-
the street from New York.
Even the Xavier Mansion is in upstate New York.
Oh shit.
yeah, that's in New York.
Texas is literally a GTA server.
So the whole thing about Tom Holland, he signed a new contract. So this is I'm addressing the comments.
Yeah.
Tom Holland signed a brand new contract with Disney and Sony to reprise Spider-Man, and he is going to be the leader of. He's essentially going to be the Captain America of the team, while Doctor Strange is going to be like the Tony Stark. Like you have the brains, and then you have
LeBron.
yeah.
Neither
they're
one of
kind
them have the
both
money
smart.
though.
No,
Where's the money?
Strange is rich.
He's got doctor money, but he doesn't have.
No, but he had
Tony Stark money.
award-winning surgeon money. He didn't have doctor money. He
It's
had.
still not Tony Stark money.
Remember, he opened
he's
that
a
little
millionaire.
drawer? Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Millionaire,
He
not
doesn't-
billionaire.
Right. He doesn't have Tony Stark, but he doesn't have stupid money. Tony Stark, the richest man on the earth, decides to live in a shack in the middle of the woods.
Well, money doesn't mean anything at that point.
Technically, isn't T'Challa the richest person on the planet?
Yes, because of vibranium.
I mean, fuck it. You got an indestructible metal.
It's just the most valuable substance in the world.
They
and he has
turned
all
a
of it.
poncho into an electric shield. I'm so fucking mad. Don't tempt me with that poncho 2.0. Which I need to start changing some of the pieces to my Captain Mexico cosplay. So Jace actually got to actually hold the Captain Mexico cosplay. He literally says to me, "What the fuck?"
Why the fuck is this shit so damn heavy? It's not necessary. Like,
I told y'all I have never I don't know how to do I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I literally just took actual fucking tactical armor and just put foam over it.
he was rolling around a Kevlar throughout the entire fucking convention.
I mean, if I get shot, I'm
You're safe.
Yeah, if you're shot, you're prepped.
Yeah, I'm like a real life superhero.
Got
If I chuck the
his
shield
shield
at
is
somebody-
10 pounds. It is heavy.
It's not that fucking heavy. He was 5 pounds.
I'm gonna go higher than 5, because I had made a giant shield before, and it's about a 35-pound shield, and this thing weighed about a third of that. It's just it's not necessary.
What if I have to chunk it at a bad guy?
It's 10 pounds is still more than a shield should weigh.
I mean, somebody's harassing my boy the elote man. I gotta chunk it at him.
Now give it back. Give it back.
It doesn't have the bounce to it, so if I chunk it, it ain't coming back.
You just knock him out, run over there, grab it.
That's
run
if
back.
I don't miss, though. That bitch ain't like, it ain't gonna.
You,
I'll chunk it, fly off to the side, and hit an innocent
you
bystander.
hit the elote, man. Oh shit!
No, he's unconscious. Quick,
Oh
grab.
no, those robbers took him out. How cruel!
Oh no, somebody took 2 cups of elote with all the ingredients.
I'm gonna beat you guys up in just a moment after I finish the cup.
That's right. I got a lunch break. I kind of union rules, guys. Union rules. Sorry.
It's kind of like that. Basically, like that scene from The Boys.
Oh yeah.
It's got some vibes from The Boys. Actually, you know what? Also, it's like a cutaway from Family Guy where like some lady was getting harassed at the beach, and Aquaman's like in the fucking ocean, and he's like, "I'm coming," and he's like, "Hey, stop her! Hey, you better stop!" And
Well, else what? Like,
That's what?
Ocean.
yeah, he brings like the fucking fish and all that.
Oh, actually, okay. So here's a good question. I was reading the comments and it kind of brought up a good point. Do you think Marvel movies have hurt the movie industry?
Heard it how?
Like, okay, so some actors and actresses, like for example, Jennifer Aniston or other, I don't know, that she's the only name I really know that I give a shit about. The others I'm like, meh.
Wait, what happened?
Do you think Marvel movies have hurt the movie industry as a whole?
That's a tough.
I mean,
one
okay,
to
so
ask.
let me explain. So we have seen some record breaking like income numbers, but when you adjust it when you adjust all that for inflation, it's not really that much.
Yeah, Gone with the Wind is still like the most.
It is
You
still
know.
the number 1 movie of all time.
Yeah, but adjusted for inflation.
Star Wars is still bigger. The Star Wars. I'm talking about
The
the
franchise.
action. Yeah, I'm talking about the New Hope.
Oh,
I'm talking
no.
about Hope, not before it was called Episode 4.
Mhm.
When it was just called Star Wars. That's still technically bigger, but people feel like because Marvel has ruined the movie industry, nobody wants to watch anything that's not like part of a continuity or part of this cinematic universe or like a superhero comic book, anything like that.
I don't think so because Top Gun came out last year and it actually did pretty well. Came out and did incredibly well box office wise.
Marvel set the standard to an area that other movies can't really go. I've gone to comedy movies before and just was bored the entire time. It's a huge hit or miss with movies when it seemed like, but now with Marvel, if you go to a Marvel movie, you're more than likely going to be entertained for most of the 2 hours it's going to take.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be at worst like a C plus. If it's anything lower than that, then it's just not going to happen. You have to truly hate everything that's in that movie.
Right.
Mhm.
But
I think Marvel. I think you have a point there, though. I think Marvel, not just Marvel, though. I think Christian Bale's Batman and Marvel,
superhero movies,
because
good superhero movies have ruined the average movie going thing because the box office number has to be a certain amount and you are expecting to be entertained the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
And if you see something that potentially might have a sequel to it, you're expecting to see a sequel, where with other movies there could be a sequel to this, great, you won't see one unless it does amazing in the box office.
Right. Yeah. There are I was kind of hoping that they would eventually they might, because the book just ended. They just wrote the book and it just got released. Here a sequel to Ready Player One.
All right, Ready Player 2.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping for that still. Obviously, we're not going to get a sequel to Scott Pilgrim versus the World because that covered the entire manga and it ends the same way the movie ends.
Mm-hmm.
But look at Creed. Look at Creed 3. Creed is part of that Rocky universe. So that's a good example of people liking something that's part of a continuity, part of this shared universe that explores it. Because I was watching, so we went to go watch Cocaine Bear, which it's a 9 out of 10, no lie.
It's the man-eater of movies.
It is. It really is. Like they make a a fucking joke about a little dog being on cocaine, and they make a joke about cocaine sheep. Everybody's on cocaine. But it's kind of like, well, I don't even know I forgot where the fuck I was going with this.
No, you were mentioning how like a movie like Creed and all that. And then to be fair too, like the Rocky franchise is such a huge, it's really iconic, especially from like the 70s and the 80s. Then like Creed is like the Star Wars sequel trilogy to Rocky. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's
I get where you're coming from, but I kind of feel like that's a good comparison, but at the same time, people kind of hated the Star Wars prequel.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but it was like, but if the Creed movies are actually really good, they're pretty much like this generation's Rocky in a way.
Right. But it's not just movies though. Like they're making shows like what was it called? The Sword of Power, or the one that's about Lord of the Rings.
Oh, the Amazon one, right?
Rings of Power.
Rings of Power. Yeah. I heard that one sucked.
It's because they didn't have any of the like creative directors involved. It was just new people.
Yeah, but people are milking everything and turning. Marvel created this. Okay, it's people want continuity. They want universe building, world building, whatever you want to call it. They want this stuff, and they did that shit with the Hobbit, which had no fucking reason to be that long. The book was not that long.
The book was originally a children's book.
It was, and it was 300 pages.
Actually, someone I think, who do I remember? Oh, if I remember correctly, randomly, Trey Parker and Matt Stone on the South Park season commentary, they said if you like, there's like, if you watch The Hobbit or Lord of the Rings, I think it was like, watch it until this certain scene. After this certain scene, don't watch the rest, because that's pretty much a more easy to sit through movie than the whole thing. Like if you watch it until a certain scene.
So I have y'all ever read The Hobbit?
A bit of it, yeah.
So The Hobbit was one of the books they made, because in high school they made us read some fucking books, and it was Beowulf and
Beowulf was good.
It was The Great Gatsby. I didn't want to read that shit, so the fucking teacher let us. She's like, if you don't want to read Gatsby, you can read Lord of the Rings. It's fine. I'm like, that one's twice as long.
Yeah, but you have to pick one. You have to pick a monkey's paw.
And she's like, well, one of them involves fighting and people getting shanked, and the other one
is Lord of the Rings.
And the other one is Lord of the Rings.
Pick your poison.
I'm like, okay. Well, I just saw the first movie, so okay, I'll read the damn book. And the book was garbage. Like, the book was great, but in the beginning, the book was garbage.
It started off slow and then eventually picked up.
It's so slow, like Patrick's Pet Rock slow.
And then by the end, it won, right?
Yeah, it fucking won the gold. They won all the awards.
And they gave it
because like the literal like beginning of the book, like for the first 5 chapters or maybe more, the hobbits are singing, and their songs make no fucking sense. Like they are literally singing about whatever they see, and it was the worst fucking thing. I almost told the teacher to just give me the fucking F. I was like, just fail me. I can't read this shit. And then I skipped to where Ryder showed up, and then it got better.
Yeah, I guess you should have took the Great Gatsby.
Oh, I tried to do the shitty thing and watch the movie and write my notes based on the movie. I'm so glad I didn't go. I'm so glad I didn't do that, because they are not very similar when in the beginning.
But the new one I heard was the new Great Gatsby movie was actually not too bad. It was actually pretty good.
The Great Gatsby was. The book is so fucking boring at first, like in the beginning. But then it gets good because they talk about like betrayal and cheating and like people getting shot and shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? I chose the wrong damn book. But so just going back to that, people are trying to create these continuities, these build, and it works with shit like John Wick. Like we're gonna get a series about which. They announced years ago and never came out. I don't. Where the hell is it?
Now we're already about to hit the 4th movie.
And I think we're gonna get one more John Wick movie. John Wick can't constantly fight. the table forever. And I feel like John Wick's going to end the same way Supernatural did. If you haven't seen Supernatural, I'm not about to spoil it for you, but I will spoil
John Wick.
Ant-Man. Well, I haven't seen the new Ant-Man. I mean the new John Wick movie, but
And the new one
I
hasn't
mean,
even come out yet.
we went to go see. Oh, this is where I was going with. Okay, so we went to go see Cocaine Bear,
Uh-huh.
and they had a couple trailers for movies that nobody in the audience gave a shit about, like Mafia Mama or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Basically,
it was a comedy, like a really shitty comedy. Like I was like, what the fuck is this?
actually, you know what? On the subject of continuity, it's to the point because of Marvel. You think it influenced like current movies today. It's to the point now where like post-credit people actually stay for the credits. You know
Or
what I mean?
movies that don't have post credits.
Yeah, it's still actually, you know, it's funny. There's a theater, I don't know where it's at, but there was a theater I saw it online that they actually have like a little chalkboard and it shows like, okay, does this movie have post credits? And then they put the movies on they put the titles and they would put no, yes, 2, 1, yes, no. Just like
By, that's oh, speaking of which, I'm glad you said something, by the way, Sonic. If you decide to see Cocaine Bear, it does have post credit scenes.
Yeah.
oh, there you go. On the subject of that.
So it has like 2 or 3 post credit scenes, but after all the credits have rolled, there is no scene. It's just like a bear sound, and then that's it.
Oh, okay, so it's kind of like what Endgame people thought that was
Yeah,
a
you know
post credit
how
scene.
Marvel now has like the in between credit scenes. Okay, so that's what they're called. They're called in
Mid
between
credit scene.
credits, mid
Mid
credits.
credits,
Yeah.
yeah. And on the subject of that, is well, regards to Marvel, you know, and influencing and all that stuff. I feel that it's to the point where now where like there's people like I'm on like on a Discord, a different Discord server, and we're getting so excited for the Mario movie to the point where people think, oh, how do you think they're gonna set up a Nintendo Cinematic Universe or what's gonna be the post credit scene? I'm like, I mean, realistically, I don't know, but I'd like to see it.
I'm
And
calling it now. The post
Mario and
credit scene
Sonic.
is going to be Luigi finding some kind of mansion,
yeah,
and they're
Ooh.
going to give him a standalone.
that could be, you know, it's possible. You know what's weird? I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna put a
Mario versus Wario.
no. It's more like I could see it happening, but the way like they could do it, but not the way I would say I would do it. You know what I mean? So I had this idea in my head. I was like, okay, this is how the post credit scene would probably go. It's like, you know how like Mario and Luigi, based on the trailers already show like they come through the pipe, they go through the pipe and all that stuff, right?
Yep.
I had this idea similar to how they set up the post credit scene in Iron Man 2. Like, you know how they found Thor's hammer?
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, we found something, and it turns out it's the Master Sword.
Oh, yeah. You know what? That
would kind of
would be kind of cool.
And then as they cut to black, they play the. It's like there you go. As I was thinking in my head, I was like, okay, that's a way you could do it.
That's gonna be weird to have a movie with a completely mute character. Just hi.
That would be.
They would treat him like Snake Eyes from G.I. Joe.
Yeah,
or they'll just probably do it like in the original show. It's like, well, excuse me, princess.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, God, Jesus.
That's how you piss people off.
That's how you get me to walk out of the theater.
I would like to see him mute, but then like write that on a piece of paper. It says, "Excuse me," princess holds it up.
Just at the post credits.
Ode to both of them.
Like, aren't you gonna say anything? Well, excuse me, princess.
And just cuts the black.
Yeah, and that in the movie, like they just send everybody home pissed off. Yeah. Somebody chunks their popcorn at the screen.
I was happy until that last part. Jesus.
Yeah, but honestly, like if they would do set up something like that in my head, that's how I picture it in my head. That's how they'll set it up. They'll like, hey, we found something, and it's the Master Sword or something like that.
I think the Super Mario movie is going to debut, and it's going to everyone love it, but they're gonna say about Chris Pratt, but they could have picked somebody. I'm still upset they didn't pick what's his name.
That's what I'm figuring too. I feel like they're gonna say something like that because here's the crazy thing too, because these trailers and all the clips, they haven't really showed much of what Chris Pratt is talking, only like a few lines and all that. And actually, what's so crazy because in the second trailer they released, you know, when the Mario Kart scene where he's like "Wahoo!" and then like apparently they redid it and it actually sounds much better. He he does a better.
They probably had him re-record it. Oh shit! We
Yeah,
pissed
they're like,
everybody off.
okay, we
They
picked the wrong.
Sonicked it. It's like,
Yeah, we
you gotta
picked
do
the wrong
better.
take, so we're gonna choose. Yeah, we should have put this one.
I want him to get like a concussion halfway, like the first 10 minutes of the movie, and then it's just Charles Martinet for the entire part.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just Charles Barnet just talking.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. I do want to acknowledge something about the Super Mario Brothers trailer. I've seen that shit like 100 times. The Super Mario Brothers theme song, the commercial.
Oh, the Super Bowl commercial. Yeah.
Yeah, the Super Bowl commercial. I didn't realize this because I thought her voice sounded familiar.
Yeah, that's the lady in the commercial is the same voice actress as the original Peach. Yeah.
Have you?
They
seen
have it. It's like a rumor, but she hasn't like confirmed it or anything like that.
No,
That's
it's definitely her, dude. I can hear it in her
It
voice.
sounds like it too, but sometimes people would just be like, okay, I'm just waiting for her to confirm it because there could be someone who sounds a lot like her.
If I were her, I would not confirm it just to piss everybody off.
Actually, you know what? Not say anything until the movie comes out because sometimes voice actors they can't say anything. They have like sign an NDA or something like that until like the movie comes out. Like, hey, hear me in the movie. I played this character in the background or something like that. Or like, for example, when Final Fantasy VII Remake came out or something like that, people were like, hey, come here. I did a voice for Final Fantasy. My name's on the credits. Yep, that's me. I did do it.
All right, like Jace, have you seen it?
Seen what?
The trailer that we're talking about.
Yes, I watched the Super Bowl.
Yeah, the Super Bowl ad.
Fuck, I was gonna. Well, you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna show it anyway.
Did you see the? Did you actually call the number?
No.
Yes, I did. I even text them. It's fucking cool. We're gonna talk about that in a minute. I want to show everybody the trade. So, the number that they show in the commercial is fucking legit.
It's a real number.
Call it, and what's his name?
Luigi.
The name of the voice though from.
Charlie Day. Charlie Day.
Charlie Day. He actually like plays Luigi in the phone message.
Yeah, and if you go to
connected my phone to the computer so we can actually call them.
And if you go to the website, you could actually like they have like a lot of homages to stuff like the GameCube. To like if you see the reviews, you see like okay, it's a little homages to Wrecking Crew or like NES stuff. I'm like, wow.
Oh yeah, the original boss, the asshole
Spike. Yeah, it turns out he's actually part of the movie, so that's the cool part. So this is a little tribute, a little callback to the Super Mario Bros. Super Show.
All right.
We're the Mario Brothers, and plumbing's a game. We're not like the others who get all the fame. When your sink is in trouble, you could call us on the double. We're faster than the others, you're on the brothers.
Thank you, Super Mario Bros. It seems like the only thing you haven't drained is my bank account. For super service, call or text Super Mario Bros. Plumbing today at 929-55-MARIO. Or reach us on the World Wide Web at smbplumbing.com.
I just like how cheesily produced it looks. Like if you see the part where they're like doing this, you can see the green screen like around them makes it funnier. So you see the green screen behind Mario Luigi.
Let me just like when she's reading the fucking script.
Yeah, she's reading the script. She's like
what the hell?
It's like what? I feel like Luigi wrote this, and
he's just, Charlie Day wrote it. It's like, we make food now, money, please, vote now, please.
And it's really funny because, like,
can we acknowledge how pissed off they look?
Yeah, they're like, we don't fuck. Basically, they're showing it's like, okay, we don't fuck around with our plumbing. We know what
that's the look Luigi gives you in Mario Kart when he knocks.
Yeah, that's the Luigi stare right there.
Yeah,
there's the Luigi's death stare.
This looks so fucking great. Like I'm digging it. Like
I'm seeing them fix this sink. That is not how you fix a clog in your sink, by the way.
I know that's
look. Just be happy. The only thing they're not draining is her bank account. Let's just leave it at that.
They're not gonna fix her sink either.
But I will say though, in regards to the movie, they're going all in on this. I like it. And apparently, someone in New York actually found like actual flyers that has the number, and it's like you could like pull out to have it or something like that.
I thought that's fucking great marketing.
That the marketing is really good. This movie, they're acknowledging a lot of things. There's some things that's like, okay, wow, I can't believe they're actually digging deep into the Mario lore per se. You know,
I want there to be a joke about the gloves. It's like where Luigi complains, like, why do we gotta wear the gloves all the time, Mario? It's white glove service, Luigi.
It's white glove service, Luigi.
I like the smug. This is gonna be I'm gonna make this a wallpaper.
Smug Luigi.
Yeah. And it's so cool. I really wish that the original who in the Mario Super Show, Captain Lou Albano and Danny Wells were alive to see that. I'm sure they would have loved it.
That would have been amazing. Yeah.
Or have a cameo, you know what I mean?
Let me see. Is it one? Okay, hold on. It's
929. Actually, I have the screenshot. 929-555. No, 556.
46. Okay, here it goes.
All right. So you get to hear. This is what happens when you.
Thank you for calling Super Mario Brothers Plumbing. It's me, Luigi. If you need service, please text us at the same number you just called. 92955 Mario. That's 929-556-2746. Message us about any issues wherever you live. House, condo, mansion. And we'll be sure to text back right away, because at Mario Brothers Plumbing, we don't say let's wait, we say let's go. Oh, and check our website, smdplumbing.com. We're still working on it, so more updates to come. Bye-bye.
I like the reference to Luigi's Mansions.
And I don't know if you noticed, is like when he says the number, he goes 92955 Mario, and he sounded like so pissed about it.
Yeah,
Mario.
Mario.
You could tell that he was reading a script the entire time.
Yeah, I think he wrote it on a piece of paper. He's like, "All right, I'm gonna," because you can hear the background. He's like, they're probably in their van.
Yeah, I was gonna bring up. It sounds like they're in the van because you can hear the honking. I love whoever's in charge of marketing.
This movie,
I'm pretty sure, like the studio and Nintendo, they were just like they like, look, marketing, do whatever you want, just do a good. We need people to want to see this movie. So
yeah,
we're gonna let y'all do what y'all want. If it works, we'll let y'all keep going with.
Hey Goku, scroll to the part where they're looking at the map at where they throw the little car before the lady does the talking, and you actually see a little tributes in the map too. So, like, you see right there, it says, let's see, it says
Punch
Red
Out.
Red Hill, yeah, Punch Out right there.
Punch Out, Red Hill,
Mushroom
Castle.
Planet, which is a tribute to the Sonic movie. Remember the Mushroom
What?
Planet? Yeah, Sonic. He's
I didn't think of that. Holy hell! Oh,
I thought that was
shit.
really cool.
Super Smash Brothers cinematic universe confirmed.
Yeah, Nintendo Cinematic Universe.
What is it? Greenwood, Folly Beach. Holy shit!
Yeah, I like these. As a New Yorker myself, I just think it's really cool. They're really going full. And you know what's another cool thing too? The way the lady says Mario, that's actually how most people in like Upper New York say Mario. They say Mario.
Mario.
Super Mario Brothers. That's how they say it like that. And it's really funny. I thought that was hysterical.
Which is kind of like, I don't know why, but that's always irked me. It's Mario, not Mario.
Yeah, there's someone I know who a podcast I listen to in New York. He says Mario. I'm like, don't say it like that, please. Can you stop saying it like that?
It's like,
please stop saying
it's like the people that call soda pop. I just like, ugh.
Pop.
Yeah, you want pop?
Or
pop in the face.
I'll do you one better. People calling sprinkles Jimmy's.
No, God, no. Oh my God, it's almost as bad as the people that call soda, like they call Cokes, Sprites, whatever. They call them soda water.
Soda water.
Like, what the fuck?
I mean, to be fair, it's like
it's
like Hispanics calling anything other than Nintendo.
Yeah.
Nintendo.
Fucking everything is Nintendo.
Is that para jugando es Nintendo? Mom, it's an Xbox. Nintendo.
¿Qué es eso?
Hey, mijo, es Nintendo.
Actually, you know what? I'll do another one too, where you're watching an anime and there's like Naruto. It's like, no, it's One Piece. Naruto.
All Pokemon are Pikachu's.
Yeah,
it was all Dragon Ball. For us, it was all Dragon Ball or Pokemon.
Yeah, now it's Naruto. It's great Naruto.
But I'm really digging the marketing team.
Yeah, they're going all in on this. I just like it, you know. I just love all the small details, you know, from the ladies, the lady, and then the next scene where you could see it's green screen. It's just how fucking hysterical. See, you see the green screen next to Mario's.
Yeah, it's right here.
It's just thought it's funny. Yeah,
Thank you, Super Mario Brothers. The only thing you haven't drained is my bank account.
I'm sure Luigi. I'm sure Luigi wrote that.
Right.
Oh man, but I'm really excited for this movie, man.
Oh, look how it transitions to. Hold on.
Circle wipe.
For super
So it's kind of
No, I didn't say anything.
It uses a generic like.
Yeah, transition.
Yeah, that's like one of the ones you find.
Everything
in, like,
in here was Windows Movie Maker.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. I was gonna say that too, because for me, the way I edit my videos, I use DaVinci, and I'm like, dude, this looks like if you were on a budget and
What if there's? You can't see the green screen. Oh,
yeah,
you can kind of tell it's a backdrop though.
yeah, it's a backdrop. But I'm really excited
I
for
love
this
this
movie.
fucking thing. I don't know why, but I just love it. I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad this was the Super Bowl ad. I'm like, yeah, this is how you get their attention.
I guarantee you that this like brought a lot of eyes. Like, what the hell?
I was like, there's a Mario movie? It's like, especially people who would.
It doesn't say that movie though, so they're like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, that too. And also, like, they use the original Super Mario Bros. Super Show. And because, a lot of people who probably watched Super Bowl probably grew up with the original series. Like, oh my God, I remember that.
Like, holy shit, they're rebooting it or something?
Yeah, you would think it's a TV show or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, this is a really high budget for a show.
For a TV show. You keep in mind a Super Bowl ad was $7 million just for a 30-second ad.
Worth it.
Okay.
Yeah, it was worth it just for this.
There are very few good Super Bowl ads now. This was a good one.
Yeah.
We're gonna go frame by frame.
Yeah, I try to break.
Look! See?
Yeah, they use the metallic.
Yeah. There you go.
What I fucking say? Look, it's fucking great. I love it. Shit's fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's so. They did a great job at this, man.
They really did. Like,
it gets me more excited to see the movie. The more the more footage that come out, the more I'm excited for it.
Fucking smug ass look Luigi's got, man. I fucking love it. I don't know. I was not that like hyped for it. I was like, it's gonna be a Mario movie. It's gonna be good.
Yeah. But then when then when you see how you see a lot of like
the detail,
like, callbacks and tributes and homages to like the series, you're like, okay, now they actually know they're being really faithful to this.
Right. The only thing I have an issue with is some of the powers in the fucking trailers, they don't get until later on.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, it's like the whole thing, and even like some of the worlds as recent as like Mario Odyssey.
Right, and then like they're kind of already playing like hints to like Mario Galaxy. Like there's an entire universe of like,
I mean, even
world galaxies and shit.
Even the McDonald's Happy Meal toys. One of them was like, okay, this is like spoiler territory here. To be fair, people were wondering, hey, why did they make Mario movie toys in December, January? Well, because the movie was supposed to come out in December, but obviously, you know what? Looking back, it was really smart they did that because they probably would have got destroyed in the box office by Avatar.
Right. Yeah.
Because it would have came out the same day as Avatar. I'm like, yeah, no way. And which is scary because the next Avatar movie is coming out the same day Sonic 3 comes out in 2024. And I'm like, oh no.
Oh god damn it.
At least either move it up or delay it. I'd rather just for y'all like move it up like 2 weeks or something.
They should have released this movie on March 10th.
I will say this though,
which is on a Friday.
Yeah.
So it would have been perfect, but they didn't fucking do it.
On Mario, on Mario Day.
Movies. So I know just wanted to bring up something real quick, and then we're gonna go back to Mario.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys realize this, but Winnie the Pooh, Blood and
that movie. Yeah, that did come out, and
it's a limited release. Like almost none of the fucking theaters in Houston have it.
Boy, talk about a wet. It's like a wet
garbage.
fart.
It is such. Let me put it like this, guys. Guys, if you're watching this or you watch this at a later time, Cocaine Bear was a better Winnie the Pooh movie.
Yeah, that's your Winnie the Pooh horror movie.
It's got a bear and it likes some type of sugar.
Yeah. It's a fat bear that likes to eat.
And
unfortunately, it's people.
And then actually when Cocaine Bear came out, that's where all the people making jokes like, hey, what are the movies they can make with animals and drugs? And then someone said Meth Gator. Meth Gator.
That's gonna Crystal Beaver.
Crystal Beaver. Actually, I had one in my head. LSD Fox.
Oh, that's fuck.
A fox on LSD. Or a wolf. It'd just be funnier.
Mary Jane Wolf, Weed Wolf, Weed Wolf.
Wee wolf. There you go. Actually, you
He's
know
just-
what? Rabbits. Just put like fucking fentanyl rabbits or some shit.
I want
Fentanyl
my Crystal
rabbits.
Beaver fucking movie now. Beaver on crystal meth.
Yeah. Just have a cameo by Bryan Cranston. Have a Breaking Bad
Meth,
cameo.
meth moose. Oh,
A meth. Actually, there was that video that recently came out about that moose that attacked that lady. Pretty much. And someone said, "You know what? Meth moose."
meth moose.
Fuck it. That's meth moose.
Oh my god! So
Steroid
I'm gonna go
bison.
ahead and I don't care. I'm gonna spoil Blood and Honey for y'all. The movie is ass. The movie's such fucking garbage. So Winnie the Pooh and Piglet are pissed that Christopher Robin decided to go to college and have his own life.
Oh, so basically, okay. I figured
And
that's
so they didn't have food. They couldn't feed themselves, so they became feral, and they ate Eeyore.
ugh. I mean, to
And
be
that's
fair,
the
do you
whole-
think Eeyore would have wanted that anyway, knowing how he is?
I don't know. Well, they couldn't even show him, dude. They don't have the rights to Eeyore, so all they showed was like a wooden headstone with Eeyore written on it.
Oh, okay. That's their like loophole around it.
Right. And so, like, Christopher Robin survives at the end.
Mhm.
And he's like, why are you doing this? And then Winnie the Pooh, he's holding his girlfriend, like, I think it was the axe, or,
Oh, holding a
and he's about to, yeah, he's holding her hostage, and he's all like, because you left us. And then he, like, slices her throat, and Christopher Robin runs away. And that's how the movie ends.
So it would have set up like a sequel.
It set up a sequel to his single life, because he's single now.
Fuck, that got dark.
He runs away, updates his Facebook status from relationship to single.
It's complicated.
I was gonna say it's complicated. I would have said that too.
Yeah.
What a bear.
So bad though, because like the dude is like wearing a Winnie the Pooh mask,
Yeah.
and it's so obvious it's a mask. Like he's eating honey,
Mhm.
and he's rubbing the honey on the mask, and the mouth of the mask does not move. There's no animatronics. There's nothing.
Mhm.
Practical effects. Nothing. It's just a fat guy in a mask. Like
That's all-
it is so bad.
Okay. And what do you and
What?
speaking of like game-based movies, there's already like set photos of like the Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
Is-
And like
Didn't they already make one of those with Nicolas Cage?
no. Not yet though. But
Wait,
they already
what was
had
the
like
one with Nicolas Cage though? There was one that was like, see, I thought it was Five Nights at Freddy's because it's him literally fighting animatronics that kill people. He's like a security guard. It's literally I think it had a different name,
probably.
but everybody was talking about how it was like a complete nakedly rips off Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh yeah, like they base and borrow the same plot basically.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, it's kind of like how I'm not going to the comments. I don't really care. Like, how everybody's throwing shade at like Etchy Fiesta for like, hey, copy my homework, but make it different.
Hey, Willy's Wonderland, that's what it's called.
No, that's what it was called. Yes. That is it. Thank you. By the way, real quick, and then we're gonna talk about video game movies. I actually sent out an invitation to the owner of Etchy Expo to come on the show.
Okay.
So that'd be interesting if he says yes.
Yeah, I mean, gives them a chance to promote the upcoming cosplay ball.
Cosplay ball, Etchy Expo, and maybe throw some shade at
Other
Fiesta.
cons, certain cons, yeah.
Fiesta. The store, it sucks. It smells like fish when you walk in that bitch.
It does. It always smells. Every time I go to Fiesta, it reeks of fish.
It reeks of fucking fish. I'm not even joking.
Like, we're not trying to be funny. That's really how it is. Actually, it's funny. People say, oh, it's always the ones that are like old, the ones that came out, the ones that opened in the 90s. No, this Fiesta near me opened in 2015 and it still smells like fish.
I had PTSD of fish smells. Fiesta?
Yeah. It smells like the ocean.
Man, when you never mind. I'm going.
It's like,
Alright,
I want to go to the beach. We already got the beach, and then you go take them to Fiesta.
The beach at home, it's Fiesta. But like, I invited him to talk about Fiesta. Maybe he probably won't. Just talk about the con. But that'll be interesting. We can talk about video game movies. Like we were supposed to get a Spy Hunter movie. I don't know if anybody remembers that.
I actually remember the reboot game that came out like on the PS2.
So they made a game called Spy Hunter. It was about a car, and you're like a secret agent, and you just like fight shit in the car. It's literally just
Yeah.
a driving game, but with weapons.
Yeah, it came out in the arcades like in the 80s, but they rebooted in like 2002, 2003. It was a pretty good game.
They came out with one where it was starring The Rock.
Yeah.
And so he gets out of the car and starts shooting motherfuckers, and he choke slams them and rock bottoms them. Well, people didn't realize, because they were talking about it on G4 when G4 was cool,
Yeah.
that Spy Hunter, the game on the PS2, was actually a game based off of the movie.
Yeah, I would have said basically it was a tie-in movie, basically a tie-in game to the
It
movie.
was supposed to be a prequel to the movie, and we were supposed to get a movie, but they canceled it.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody's ever played X-Men 3, the video game. That's a prequel to X-Men 3.
Yeah.
In that movie, they explain why Nightcrawler isn't there anymore.
Okay. What about Wolverine's Revenge? Because they did that for X2.
I didn't play
X2.
that one.
Yeah. And it's kind of weird too, also because like X-Men Origins Wolverine, like the game was actually better than the movie.
I played Terminator Salvation, the video game, and that one was a prequel to the Terminator Salvation movie.
Like a prologue.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So, like, there are some movie tie-in games that explain why certain things are the way they are in the movies. There are some games that are just fucking garbage. Like X3, trash. Oof. Like, and then like in Spider-Man's in Wolverine's Revenge X2, Spider-Man shows up. I don't know if you know that. And they were supposed because they were actually trying to build a shared universe with Spider-Man and the X-Men, and Tony Stark was supposed to be in Spider-Man, and that's why they even referenced Doctor Strange.
Yeah, that's right. I know, and they were originally going to have a Wolverine cameo in the first Spider-Man, the Tobey Maguire one.
Right.
And then that never went anywhere.
They didn't even have the Fantastic Four and the X-Men cameo with each other, and they were all Fox. Like, what the hell didn't you do that?
Missed opportunity.
They both live in New York.
They don't like each other. They have each other blocked on what was social media at the time? MySpace.
No, that was for my AOL Messenger.
Messenger, ASL. What's your ASL, please? ASL. Bonus points for the individual that can tell us what ASL means in the comments.
Yeah, if you do, we'll give you a shout out.
Yeah.
Actually, we should have a weekly trivia thing. Like, what does ASL stand for?
What does ASL stand for? It stands for anal sewage leakage. What? No. I don't know, man. You kind of make the same face as that dude from Weird Bars. But we were supposed to get I think eventually we will get like Yoshi's not in the movie, right?
Yeah, it makes an appearance. Yeah, it made an appearance in the trailer.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, it's like in that briefly. So there's a scene where like all the Yoshis are running. So basically, it's kind of like the Raptors in Jurassic Park.
Okay. Do you think Kirby might make a cameo or no?
Probably, I don't know. Depending on if they're gonna if they're gonna do a sequel or they're gonna like set up a universe. I don't know. Maybe I could see them making like homages to like other series. Like they can mention like on the street or something. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, take R-Wing Avenue and take Samus
Dreamland Boulevard.
Yeah, like that. I could see them do something like that, like a Star Fox or a Earthbound reference or something.
Maybe not so much Earthbound, but I could definitely see like well, I mean, they already made a reference to Punch Out.
Yeah, like I could see Star Fox. Maybe that could be something.
Maybe Sonic. Out of all the things,
yeah,
they reference Sonic.
just for the sake of it, they're like, all right, we'll just do a Sonic reference quickly.
So they say you're the fastest alive, and then they just show like a blue like blur.
Yeah,
That'd be funny.
Kind of like Black Adam.
It's just a picture of smug Luigi. Oh, he's smug looking at Sonic. That's what it is. Sonic confirmed. But I'm really looking forward to Mario. I was not that hyped for the movie until this trailer. This trailer like really got me all excited. I'm definitely looking forward to the Flash movie, not because of the Flash, but
Just for Michael
because,
Keaton.
well, I never really grew up with Michael Keaton as the Batman.
Hmm.
We we didn't really have the Batman VHSs. The one that we did have was Batman and Robin, so that's really like,
George Clooney.
yeah. But
A bad credit card.
that's,
Never leave the Batcave without it.
that's they were like bidding like millions for Poison Ivy. Like, how did that go from like an auction of jewelry to like a prostitution ring?
I got no idea. The fact they got so many good, well-known actors in that movie just blows me away. They got Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy.
God,
Arnold
I'll
Schwarzenegger was
never
Mr. Freeze.
I will never drop the fact that Arnold Schwarzenegger was Mr. Freeze. Like, I need him back as Mr. Freeze. I don't care what anybody says. What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age. Chill out. He fucking freezes the dude.
It's
The
like
problem wasn't Schwarzenegger. It was the fact that
The
they made
writing.
him nothing but shout ice puds.
It was fucking
Like,
great.
you're a
It was
scientist.
He's a stupid one line.
I
believe he's a scientist.
I got a question for you. Do you consider Batman and Robin one of those movies like it's so bad it's fun, it's entertainingly
Oh, it's
bad?
stupid as
Yes.
fuck, dude.
I'll watch
Entertainingly
the hell
bad.
out of it.
Definitely entertaining, but it's definitely stupid as fuck. Like, I think if it wasn't for like Arnold's stupid puns, one-liners, I would
Yeah.
have hated that movie a lot more. They literally got into the Batmobile, and they're being debriefed. They're being briefed about what's going on. Batman, the villain is something. They call him Mister Freeze, and so when they get there, place is fucking frozen, right?
Yeah.
They tap their heels like fucking like that chick from Wizard of Oz.
Dorothy.
Instant ice skates.
Oh, like Go Gadget ice skates.
Gadget bullshit.
Hey,
Where
side
did the ice
note,
skates come from?
I did like the live action Inspector Gadget. I don't know why. Just Matthew Broderick was actually pretty fucking hysterical.
I like the Godzilla reference. Oh, run! It's Godzilla. Even though it sounds like it, we can't say it is because due to copyright law. Still, we should run like it is Godzilla, but it's
But
not.
it's not. And they started
Yeah,
running.
I was like, why the fuck did they break the fourth wall like that?
Oh, it's a gold member, right? Yeah. Austin Powers.
No, wasn't that no,
that was an Austin Powers.
was it? Oh, okay, I'm getting my.
That was gold
mixed.
member, yeah.
I swear to God, I thought that was Inspector Gadget.
No, it was gold member. I actually do remember that scene.
Okay. God, shit.
Dang, you would have felt crazy. That was like 20 years ago that gold member came out.
I want somebody in here to dress up as Mr. Schwarzenegger, Mr. Freeze.
We should get someone at Compalooza to do it.
Yes, I will pay for your badge. Well,
Hey,
okay, I will pitch in for your badge.
Speaking of, they already announced guests for Compalooza already.
Yeah, I was looking. So I haven't submitted any panels for any of the conventions because of everything that's been going on. If you're on my private Facebook, then you already know. If not, then I kind of just want to leave it where.
Leave it as is.
Yeah, it's private. I don't want everybody like knowing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty sure a lot of people that watch the show know, like almost everyone knows because I've talked about it on Facebook and Instagram. But this Thursday after Thursday, I didn't want to do anything, cons, anything. I didn't want to submit anything. And just today, I went on Comic Palooza's website and I saw that there's still like the deadline's April. So I'm gonna start getting all that done for Comic Palooza. But I guess I can say this now. So for those of you that don't know, my company approached me about going overseas to the Philippines, and it's 4 weeks in the Philippines, a weekend in Japan, and then 3 more weeks in the Philippines to teach a class for my job. And I said yes to the opportunity. So there is a 50-50 chance that between May and August, I will not be in the country anymore. With that being said, Geeks 5 Hour will still run all the panels. Sonic, Jace or whoever, they'll still do the podcast. The other guys, they're going to oversee that the panels get submitted, but we don't know who's going to run them yet.
Mm-hmm.
This is if it happens, though. There's a chance it might not happen.
Well, just in case,
So with that
Are
being
they going
said,
to let you back in the country?
we'll find out. You think if I ship myself, I can get in?
In a box.
Yeah, just poke a hole.
I mean, there is those those like specific express places where they like ship you to a specific country.
As long as they
Or
don't
if you
throw me
have,
on the goddamn boat, because none
That
of my
flat
luck,
rate.
Godzilla's real.
yeah, as long as you don't get on a boat, just be in a plane. But just like, okay, it's a special car, it's a special crate designed only for planes
Yeah, because dude, I don't want to be on a ship. I don't want to be shipped on a damn boat.
on a ship.
Knowing
Channel.
my luck, it's gonna be one of the three: Godzilla, pirates, or North Korea.
Pirate North Koreans.
All right,
Oh
of the
fuck! I didn't think about that.
actually, side note on the
North
three,
Korean Godzilla.
side note on the three, which would you take?
Fuck.
Would you take
North
pirates,
Koreans, they're no
Godzilla,
real
or North
threat.
Korea?
Yeah, North Koreans would never go near the water. They're not even allowed to use the bathroom without a like written permission slip from the fucking guy in charge.
I'd like to see them have a boat that's actually functional.
I like to see them have electricity that lasts more than 10 hours.
This is just for show.
No, seriously, I've been watching a lot of documentaries and they have a shit ton of rolling blackouts. Like it's
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Actually, now that you bring that up, there was a documentary I saw like in high school about North Korea where like there are these doctors from the US that went over there to do like eye surgery, like free eye surgery to
oh yeah, yeah,
and
yeah. I know
then
what you're talking about. It was on like Netflix or YouTube.
and then in the end, like the people that got the they were like happy and stuff, and then they were like praising like a statue to the point where they're saying, "Oh, I will kill every American" and all that shit. I'm like, wait, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Now
yeah,
I can
yeah.
see them.
Now they can see
Like
clearly.
now I can see clearly now. My aim is here.
Or they're pretty much like, on this day, I see clearly now.
Dude, like I saw that was a documentary on Netflix, and like they were filming. They got permission to film the procedures as they performed on the people,
Yeah.
but they like snuck the camera around and filmed like extra shit they weren't supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
And like the people, and it's so fucking crazy because Sonic's right, dude. There's one lady they performed like what is it, cataract surgery or some
Yeah.
shit like that,
Yeah, they were trying to replace one of the cataracts that got all cloudy, and they just put a new one on it.
right? And like so, she can see again, and the first thing she does as soon as she sees is like walk over to like Kim Jong Il and like Kim Il Sung's the pictures are.
Yeah, they
She
basically
started
praised them.
like
Not-
she's thank you, great leader, for giving me my vision back. I'm like this bitch, like, and it's so crazy because like I've been watching a lot of documentaries, and it's mostly like the loyalty is with the like as the generations go by, like the loyalty is like thinning out
Mhm.
because people are sneaking flash drives with like South Korean shows and like phones where you can call people in China and South Korea, and it's getting crazy
All
how
this shit
people
sucks here. What a
like,
shame.
they're like, oh shit, looks we live in a shithole.
I like it whenever the defectors from the military come over and they'll get interviewed by the U.S. and they'll show them clips of like our military just training, and they'll be super impressed. Like, I can't believe you spend all this money just on training. We would never do that. Our stuff is we have no gas to run our tanks.
We don't have food.
We have no food or gas. Our parades, we do those just to show that we have the stuff. We don't have the fuel after that though.
Yeah, no, he's right because I was watching in one of the documentaries. They were driving the car, and the way that it got fuel is that they put a furnace in it, and they were
Mhm.
putting lumber.
Combust. They have a train engine.
Yeah, so basically it's like steam powered in a way.
They have a steam powered car.
Yeah, no, and it's like crazy to think like, holy hell, like these people are like, it's so bad to think how they live, but at the same time, it's so crazy to think how creative and resourceful they are with the shit that they got. And the crazy thing is, dude, they have markets all over the place. Like that was illegal before, but now like they don't care because it's actually generating food and revenue.
Mm-hmm.
Even the soldiers will have like side gardens and sell shit on the side.
Oh, look at that. Communism apparently didn't work.
And how the kicker is that when South Korea sends balloons over, they'll put American money. And shops do accept American currency.
So it's kind of like an item drop in like in a mobile game. That's the best way I
Oh
can describe
shit!
it.
Gotta get your dailies,
Dude,
guys.
finding
Get your
American
dailies.
money in North Korea is like finding a shiny Pokemon. It's possible, but it's rare.
It's,
And some of us will find more like when I was playing Pokemon, that Pokemon game, by the way, the new one,
Scarlet Violet,
Scarlet.
Violet.
which is
Like,
getting DLC, by the way.
I ran into like 5 shiny Pokemon. My friend's like, I've been playing fucking Pokemon for 30 years. I haven't ran into a single fucking shiny Pokemon. You don't even like Pokemon, and you ran into 5.
Actually, no, it's funny. Your argument would be, your counter argument was like, well, you could be, well, at least it's not so bad. You could be that one person who who unintentionally found a shiny, and they went to Yahoo Answers like, hey, did my game glitch? I found a
Yes.
yellow. this Charmander I got is yellow. Should I turn it off or?
Well, Psyduck's blue. Is he choking? Oh, I pissed him off. I told him like, oh yeah, I ran into him. He's like, did you catch him? No, I killed them.
Dummy.
Clear out that genetic code. You don't want that in there. It ruins it.
I don't like that side. Something was wrong with it. That's how you start plagues. I killed
Put
him.
it down. For the health of the colony, you have to just euthanize them.
That's right. I'm like, no blue side ducks around here. Everyone's yellow.
For the greater good.
The greater good.
I caught that bitch because I was wondering why the fuck it was blue. I was like, is that a shiny? Because when I first got introduced to shinies, I legitimately thought shiny Pokemon were Pokemon that like shine. Like a diamond or some shit, like that song.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Shine bright like a diamond.
Yeah, exactly. I thought they were like gold or silver and they would shine. They would like glitter or some shit. No, it's just a bunch of Pokemon that look like they have a bad case of food poisoning.
Yeah. Or they pretty much, their genetics were especially genetic.
Well, I say food poisoning because a lot of the shinies are green.
Yeah. Some of the shinies are pretty lazy with it. Like, oh,
yeah, like
the same color.
it's just, why is it green? What the fuck? It's pretty lazy. One of the shinies is just like a different shade of the same color. Like, you can't even tell that it's a shiny. Like, I didn't even know. I caught it and it said shiny. That one Pokemon, the red one that looks kind of like Shredder, his shiny's just blue. That's it. Like, he looks exactly the same.
Yeah, some of the shinies, they could, like I said, they could be really lazy. Some of them could be like one different pixel color and that's it.
Oh god, that's so stupid. I'm so done with Pokemon. But I did want to bring up. I actually wanted one of the theories of Pokemon. I did want to bring up during the show before we started. So, for those of you that play Pokemon, spoiler alert, by the way, when you play Violet, and you fight the final boss. So the final boss is the professor, but the professor's dead. So you're fighting you're fighting a cyborg, and he starts glitching out. And so he's supposed to stop you from stopping him from bringing Pokemon over from the future. But there's something that I found, like, why are the Pokemon in the future machines? So the theory is that in the future, humans wiped out Pokemon. And so all the Pokemon are now machines. It's like a Terminator thing.
Right, I was about to say that. It's like, oh, it's Terminator stuff.
Essentially, it is Terminator. I'm like, holy shit, that's actually kind of cool. Like, because like people don't realize this, but Pokemon is a fucked up game. You capture animals from the wild, enslave them, and make them fight for money.
That's pretty much what it is.
And they say Digimon's fuck. Digimon's just one animal you enslave.
One buddy.
Pokemon, it's like, oh. Well, it depends. Like, it depends on the continuity of Digimon. In Digimon Adventure, the strength of the Digimon is based off of the bond he has with his partner. Where in other Digimon continuities, it's either random. Based off of the Digimon. Yeah, it's random. Like, it's never the same thing.
How come in Pokemon Legends of Arceus they call them Pokemon when they haven't developed the pocket process of the Pokeball yet?
No, they have. The Pokeball does exist.
Right, they just invented it. So why do they call them Pokemon?
I think
they should just call them monsters.
I think it's only in that village where they call them Pokemon. Because they did call them monsters. They did call them monsters at one point.
All right, now that we can put them in the pockets, let's just call them pocket monsters now.
And that makes sense though, because like they
Pokemon
are
is short
dangerous.
for yeah.
And all right, so with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Unfortunately, I think everybody's getting ready for bed, and I got to cut it off.
Cut what off?
The show we're gonna
You
end the
see a
podcast.
doctor about that. Okay.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of blood dangling.
Swelling.
As much as I
Untied.
want to cut it off, but I already cut my arms off. Heard that from SpongeBob. You remember that they're in the giant cardboard box and they just play
Oh
inside.
yeah, I already sawed my own hands. That was great. That was a great episode. I've been watching Fairy Odd Parents on Netflix. I'm hoping SpongeBob's on there too.
Yeah, I mean because it's kind of weird because like I've been on TikTok lately. You ever seen those things where it's like they play like a clip of a show and then the bottom they always have like a fucking game playing.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, they're doing that with Fairly Odd Parents now. I'm mostly seeing Fairly Odd Parents clips on fucking
Just watching the
TikTok.
full series, but it's
A game
like
under it to distract you.
It's so they don't get the copyright
copyright
strike.
because they can
Exactly.
do gameplay, but they can't do like straight streaming.
Exactly. So that's how I watch most of the full episodes.
Now I want to watch Fairy
What
Odd
was it?
Parents.
There was one guy on Twitch that was streaming the Super Bowl one year, but he had a controller to make it look like he was playing
Madden.
but he was just streaming the Super Bowl.
It's pretty smart.
What the hell? Oh no, I'm so pissed off at WWE. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you shameless plug by Jace real quick.
Follow the Black Tower Stories on Twitch. That's where all my stuff's at.
And plug by the Keyblade Sonic.
By the Keyblade. Follow me on YouTube. Subscribe to my channel. Also on Instagram, Super Saiyan Sonic. And also follow me on Twitter. It's all of my stuff are on my pages. And I'm trying to post more stuff, more content. So stay tuned on that. Also follow me on TikTok. I'm trying to put more stuff on that too. Starting to get lazy with this. I kind of want to post more.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be posting more stuff on the channel, especially because people that check out our channel, you have to go to the live tab now to see our podcast.
Yeah, so just remember that in case you're wondering where our stuff is at, on the live tab.
All right. Well, make sure you haven't already hit the subscribe button, hit that ring-a-ling, the ding-a-ling button, or ding-a-ling, the ring-a-ling button. I don't know. I stole it from
Like,
Austin Evans.
follow, and subscribe is what we're supposed to say.
Donate
As
you
always.
can donate to the little QR code right there in the corner that says donate. Every penny counts, especially with everything that's been going on. Actually, we did take some donations and give a shout out to those people. They didn't want me to say their names, but I know they're watching. Thank you so much for helping us out. That really helped out me and my family. Thank you. With that being said, all right, guys, we'll see y'all hopefully next week. If Jace is not too busy, he can come hang out with me and Sonic.
Oh, like
He got the meta too. He's gonna go play his little. It's like those. I've been watching the TikTok videos about it, and the guy is like doing like he's being humped by the air and shit like that. And the wife's like, "What are you doing? Nothing. Wrestling." All right. I'm pretty sure Jace has a lot of wrestling to go do. All right, guys. See y'all later.
All right, take care, guys. See y'all next time.